Hello, it's Shawnee. Welcome back. Or because I am doing a collab with my friend Dion from Dion Loves Makeup, welcome back, YouTube. We're going to start with some chapstick. Because Dion always starts with chapstick, and let me tell you, I love me some lip chap. So, Dion and I are each going to use the Berlin 89 palette from Lethal Cosmetics. And interestingly enough, if you have watched Dion's channel, you would probably think that this palette fits her style more than it fits mine. We just have different styles and preferences in our makeup in terms of the looks we like to create. Dion often goes a lot deeper, darker, and grungier, and I tend to be a lot more like sparkly and pink. I'm like a sparkly pink drink in a champagne glass. So we decided to both use the palette and try to do a look that would be more along the lines of the others kind of style. So if you have not met Dion, I'm pretty sure you have, because a lot of our subscribers, I think, overlap. I see folks that are my subscribers commenting on her stuff and her subscribers commenting on my stuff, so I love that. And we connected over our love of makeup and also both being in the field of psychology. Now, we're both psychologists, but Dion is a retired veteran, and I'm still working, girl. I'm not retired yet. I'm trying to get there. So head on over to her channel and learn about her crazy troll nation that she talks about in detail in her videos. And you'll also be able to see the difference in style. So Dion challenged me to do more of a grungier look than I typically would. And she is going to do a more smiley Shawnee look, which I am really excited to see what she comes up with. Because Dion be trying to clown on me sometimes. I can't help it that I just like pink sparkly stuff and heels, and I'm just like a ray of sunshine, okay? Now, before I got into like figuring out a look for this, I did some research on grunge culture, and I found out a bit about it starting in like Seattle, Washington, and it was this like music movement, but also this kind of aesthetic movement where it was a lot more chill, a lot more like plaid, and not spending too much money or care on your look. And so that's when I realized that makeup has co-opted that grunge word and really changed it into I don't know what. So I was like, well, gotta put that away. Not really gonna focus on like Courtney Love and all of the other sort of grunge kind of artists, and just go for a look that I think is a bit more Dion than it is me. So the palette we are using is this Berlin 89 palette. I have used this before. This is from Lethal Cosmetics. You can check out the video of me using this and doing a really nice, pretty look. But now I'm going to channel my inner Dion, inner troll, and try to come up with a look. So here we go. Fingers are crossed that I can do something. This is out of my zone of like comfort, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with some primer. This is the Sigma eyeshadow base. I'm gonna put that all over my eyes. Now, Dion does usually start with an eye primer. She often uses the Fenty one. I don't have that one. I have a ton of others though, so that's what I'm going to stick with. And let's get a brush. I'm going to use this BK Angie Hodden Flashy 505, and I'm going to go into this shade here, and that is named Reunion. I'm starting with this in the inner corner. And then I'm going to go into this shade here, which is called Breakthrough. I'm just going to pull the shade Reunion over Breakthrough a little bit. And I'm just going to hop back and forth between those shades to get the level of blend I'm looking for. Now I am going to go into some of the mattes. I'm going to go into Republic and Berlin. Just going to use those to blend a little bit. And then I'm going to go into THF and also into East West. Now, Dion is more into eyeliner pencils than liquid eyeliner. I kind of tend towards, well, I tend towards both, but I would say I definitely will use liquid eyeliner a lot. So I'm going to stick with a pencil, and this is the Marc Jacobs eyeliner. And I'm going to line my upper and lower lash lines, and I will be right. We've got the liner on, and I'm going to go ahead and use a color to blend on the lower lash line. I think I'll go in with a mixture of this shade here, which is Checkpoint, as well as East and West, which is the black shade. Clean that up a little bit. Now, Dion does tend to use bronzer, I think, more than she uses contour, so I'm going to go in and use some powder to bronze my face. I'm actually going to use one of my new NARS powders. I think I'll use the one Seafront. This is the deepest shade, if I'm not mistaken. These shades are so hard to tell. Is that? Yeah, that's the deepest one. So I'm going to take this brush from Sonia G and just use this as a bronzer. I think it actually works really well as a bronzing powder. I initially bought this shade to use as a setting powder, but it turns out that it's a little deeper than I thought it would be. fix my brows. Now, Dion doesn't really use false lashes, so I'm just going to use mascara. This is the Monsieur Big mascara from Lancome. Okay, and we're gonna wipe the chapstick off. And for the piece de resistance, we have the Mega Last Wet n Wild shade in Late Night, Done Right. This is a pretty deep shade. Dion loves her deeper shades. I don't think, this is like a deep, deep purple. It's almost black, but it's not quite black. I am going to line my lips with a black liner. That's definitely something Dion loves, a very, very deep lip. So we're gonna try that out. And let's get this on. I also think she does like a little bit of highlighter, so let's go into, I'm just gonna try all of the shimmers in this palette. I don't tend to do highlighter very much or very often. Okay, let me clean things up just a little bit and then we'll be done. Be right back. So here is the finished look, a bit more of a grungy vibe with the Berlin 89 palette from Lethal Cosmetics. So do I look a bit more grungier than like usual, or do I still just look like a fairy princess? Let me know. Anyways, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are taking care of yourself. Please like the video, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. Head on over to Dion's channel and tell her I said, hey girl, with just a little bit more grunge to it this time. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.